Today we're taking booze in the kitchen and making a classic punch, Tom and Jerry. For this recipe, you're going to need coffee mugs, a large measuring cup, a small measuring cup, a measuring spoon, a kettle, a hand mixer, a microplane grater, a bar spoon, a wooden spoon, a spatula, 2 mixing bowls, and a serving bowl. The ingredients are brandy, rum, boiling water, eggs, sugar, allspice, cinnamon, cloves, nutmeg, and optionally, cream of tartar. Tom and Jerry is a traditional Christmas punch that dates back to the 1800s. It was a staple of Christmas parties and Christmas dinners up into the late 20th century. Like eggnog and advocaat, Tom and Jerry is made in the proud tradition of egg-based winter punches. It's rich, without being too decadent, and it packs a punch, without being too boozy. It'll warm you up, and it'll go down easy. This recipe is a combination of the Jerry Thomas recipe and the 12-bottle bar recipe. I'm using the 12-bottle bar proportions, but adding rum to the batter, as Thomas stipulated in his recipe. This will yield about 8 servings, so feel free to scale it however you need it. This one may seem a little intimidating at first, but you're really just prepping this in 2 stages. First you need to make the batter. Then you combine that, the booze and water in the mugs, and you've made Tom and Jerry. If you want to simplify things, you can leave out the rum and make it solely with brandy. Jerry Thomas wouldn't mind. His recipe made the same concession. You just use the brandy anytime it calls for rum. I certainly prefer the brandy and rum alliance, but I'll leave that decision to you. Let's start by separating our eggs. We want to put the yolks in one bowl and the whites in the other. To separate the two, just crack the egg and roll it back and forth. This will keep the yolk in the shell and let the white pour into the bowl. Then plop the yolk into the other bowl. Repeat this until you have all 4 eggs separated. Beat up the yolks until they're thinned out. Measure a 3/4 cup of sugar. Pour in half the sugar and stir that together. Then pour in the rest of the sugar and give that a stir. Measure an ounce of rum and add that to the yolks. Measure a heaping 1/4 teaspoon of allspice, cinnamon, and clove, and add those to the yolks. Give that another good stir. Once it's all integrated, set it aside. Bring over your egg whites, add a pinch of cream of tartar, and whip them until you have stiff peaks. The egg whites will begin to resemble cappuccino foam. This manual hand mixer works, but your joints will be aching by the time you're done. If you want to make it easier on yourself, use an electric mixer. When you've got a bowl of foam, test it. If you got soft peaks, they'll fall over like the tip of Mount Crumpet, and you want to continue to whip it until you have stiff peaks that stand up on their own. Then we're going to fold the whites into the yolks in batches. Once everything's integrated, you can transfer it to a punch bowl or a serving bowl. And now that you have your batter, it's ready to serve. Give the batter another quick stir before serving. In a heat-proof mug, spoon in your batter. You'll want to fill the mug about halfway. Measure half an ounce of rum, add that to your mug. Measure half an ounce of brandy, add that to your mug. And give it a good stir. Pour in your boiling water, or if you prefer, you can use hot milk, and give it another stir. Grate some nutmeg on the top for garnish, and there you have it. Tom and Jerry. Enjoy. Click here for more videos. Be sure to subscribe, and check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.